This is the tale thus far. In the foundry, a powerful guardian, its heart corrupted, its purpose thwarted. Only life can drive back such sorrow. Adard was lost, and darkness came upon the horsemen.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Bella Riot Cult Gaming. Today we are continuing our journey into Darksiders II Deathinitive Edition. And as you guys can see, we are actually level 12. So we're actually a little bit lower level than I thought we were. We're about 5 levels.
The guardian with skill and cunning. I suppose you might make a warrior yet.
Yeah, thing's still messed up, but he doesn't have anything else to actually sell us as far as techniques go. But yeah, we're 5 levels under the level of that last dungeon, the Scar. So that's why we're having so much trouble there, and we're still not done. We still have to beat that place. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some stuff that'll hopefully make our make that endeavor a little bit easier for us. I'm not actually sure if I bought the healing items yet, but if not, I need to get those and maybe sell some stuff too. And if we can get better equipment, maybe do that as well. Alright, and we do have to finish the Maker's Chronicle quest. We have the lodestone, we just have to find the actual chronicle for Oran. Or Oran, I believe they call him. And we also have a quest up here from Muria that we have not taken yet. So we'll go ahead and take that as well.
Why build constructs? You makers seem sturdy enough.
Even we must eventually pass from this life. But our spirits are far too ancient to be drawn to the dead city. We must instead become one with the forest, or take up a body of stone.
If constructs are dead makers, you think there would be more of them.
Once there were many constructs in the halls of the Stone Father. But corruption has claimed most of their number, and ours as well. I searched for a way to give life to stone without sacrificing the soul of a maker. But I cannot say that life is what I gave my creation.
Something went wrong.
The construct was consumed by fire, rage boiling up from the abyss. It killed one of our young ones and fled into the charred pass. I do not wish to see my creation destroyed, but it must not harm.
And we've already come across that creation.
I need you to kill it.
That creation would be Gorn.
I've slain constructs before, Shaman. How will I know when I've killed yours?
He has taken to calling himself Gorn. The word I know not, but I sense it is ancient, a word of fire. It wells up from within him and spells onto the earth.
Fire or blood, I will drain him of both. You had trouble raising weeds. Why create a construct?
We are a people of stone, born of the fires beneath the earth. I captured a spark from the heart of the Stone Father to bring my creation to life, but it wouldn't stop burning. And soon, his pain turned to rage.
Alright, so yep, we definitely have to kill Gorn next.
The same black harvest.
And we were already on our way to do that, so at least we know the reason why that particular dungeon is there and our goals there. And man, you guys definitely this recording is like cursed or something because there's so much noise in the background. I do apologize. I'm going to edit as much of it out as I possibly can. But again, my time to record is fairly limited, so we'll just have to put up with that for now. And right here, I'm just doing another gear check. We probably will be selling some of this stuff here. We do have a possessed buckler that's better than the one we had previous. It is a little bit lower level than us. We are level 12, it's level 11. But remember, with possessed equipment, possessed weapons particularly, you will be able to level those up. So you can level them up to looks like 5 times up there, so we can get it to level 16. All right, we can give it the strength boost, extra fire damage, or extra lightning damage. Honestly, I think the strength boost would probably be the best thing there. Our inventory is overflowing. Now the problem we have here is that our possessed scythe isn't very strong at this point. It has a lot of pretty good effects on it, but if we can pick up another possessed scythe, that would be ideal. And at this point in the game, you can actually start getting your build together, like kind of figuring it out based on your play style or based on how you think you want to play. Right now I kind of go for like a scavenger build, so my build is usually based on what I have. So right here, you know, I have a lot of equipment that has different sorts of damage on it. I'm going to use whatever I have to its utmost ability. And it's I'll admit it's a bit of a short-sighted strategy to just kind of do things the scavenger way, but I don't know, I just don't like to even think about farming in a game like this, so I just use what I have. But you can actually even think of it in terms of if you like to play as a mage or if you like to play as a fighter, as a tanky fighter. So you can even think of it in terms of different classes. And you can center that around your wrath abilities. You can center that around the weapons you choose. Like with the Exhume ability, for instance, you know, I use that ability quite a bit. I can actually make it to where those ghouls I typically summon do a lot more damage. Because the damage for the ghouls is actually based on the arcane stat. And actually, I believe the teleport slash is as well.
You've gone without me, horseman. I've had my fill of adventure.
Alright, that's it for the adventures with Karn. But we haven't talked to these guys yet since we beat the Guardian, so let's see what they have to say.
I can't believe Idar's gone. I never thanked him for all he did.
As always, Valis, a man of very few words.
We have new items.
Alright, and they have a lot more rare items here, like she just said. We do have some better scythes. I'd probably be better off buying one of those. It looks like they're maybe too expensive. Got some more defensive items, but the defensive items aren't very good. Alright, so I've done just about all I can do outside of respecking, and unfortunately I do not think I remember that until after I teleport back to the Scar.
What do you see?
And got a potion for free. Always nice. Okay, so we're definitely gonna go back to the Scar. I'm just riding around for a bit. All right, and what amazes me here is that I'm only 10 minutes into this, and there's so much audio I have to record because there's so much noise in the background. It's insane. Okay, looks like I do remember. Looks like I do maybe remember the Vulgrim stuff, the respec. Bethir. Oh, that's what I wanted to do, but I couldn't remember where she was. Unfortunately, I couldn't remember where to teleport to get to Bethir. Otherwise, I could have showed you guys how to do that. That's a-okay. We can just go ahead and continue our adventures, or maybe even misadventures in the Scar. So I'm going to be real with you guys. This episode is going to be a bit of a doozy. The entirety of the episode is basically me getting my ass kicked in the fight that I failed at the end of the last episode. So if you guys aren't interested in that, I recommend skipping to the next episode, which should be number 12. Otherwise, if you guys like watching people just get their shit wrecked, yeah, you guys will have a whole hour to watch me just get my shit wrecked. But I do figure out what to do here, so we can watch and enjoy together. Oh, it looks like I actually remembered that I needed to respec, which honestly I didn't need to do, but I was getting my ass kicked so much that I wanted to go back to something I was more comfortable with. So I did want to go back to the exhume ability. Though now that I think about it, more abilities are actually open on the grid or on the tree. Yeah, the tree. So I could have got a different ability, such as the Reaper Slash. I could have got that instead. And what's cool about the Reaper Slash, it's like a 360 an attack that hits all around death in a wide circular arc.
What was old is new again.
Oh, I didn't get the potions. That's what it is. Okay. So I forgot the potions, but let's see if I remember the
As you reap, I will
see if I remember the respec. And likely I don't remember the respec. I'm even looking at the skills, but am I gonna remember the respec? I'm actually just as curious as you guys are. Can't remember if I did it. I just know that I'm idiotic enough to forget it. Okay, I remember. So much goddamn noise. Jeez. Alright. So I do remember. And unfortunately, they don't teleport you directly to Vulgrim. They teleport you to the very start of the fjord. Bit more platforming and more background noise, of course. More stuff to edit. Just wished everybody would chill the fuck out this morning, but no such luck. And I'm not even 15 minutes into the recording yet. Sorry if I sound salty, but this is recording is fucking ridiculous. Like nothing's working right. So this the playthrough overall isn't up to the quality that I would want. I'm still having fun with it, but there's just so many obstacles to getting a good playthrough. Or not even a good playthrough. I think the playthrough itself is fine, but getting a good recording of the playthrough, so many fucking obstacles. It's crazy. And it's so much work just to be mediocre. So I gotta get a better recording environment. That's okay. As long as you guys are entertained, that's all that matters. So just know that I do plan on getting better at this.
Fresh merchandise.
And improving the craft. Okay, so we got our respec. So now we're gonna go back with our comfort food skills. Go back to the exhume tree. And I believe I changed it up just a little bit in terms of the skills that I emphasized along the exhume tree. So we're gonna get that corpse explosion. We're gonna definitely max that out. But instead of maxing out the damage that the corpses do, the vanilla damage, the regular damage that they do from strikes, I go for something else instead. Max out the fire damage. Not sure which way is most effective, but that's what I decided. Now in the fight with those two constructs, having a distraction is very good. Very good. So that's why I wanted the exhume. Not only am I comfortable with it, but having something to distract the enemies, even if it is very short term, is it's pretty good. So I was a complete idiot there by respecing. But in hindsight, I was having I was enjoying the teleport slash, and it was doing some good damage and had a good health steal on it. Everything I said before I kind of take back, but that move still needs some level of iframes, which it has 0. Maybe like iframes at the start of it would be pretty cool. Okay, so round 2. In 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You guys, what we got? We almost at 20 minutes. So yeah, for the next basically 40 minutes, 40 or 50 minutes, I'll be fighting this one fight. So god damn, so much noise. Alright, and right there that fight was already fucked up from the start, so I just went in and killed myself. I tried to, but they ended up finishing me off anyway. I might keep some of this noise in just so you guys know what I'm dealing with. Some of this stuff you guys will be able to hear because some of it's like going on concurrently when I'm talking. But if I'm quiet for like long periods of time, that's because there's a lot of noise and I'm just trying to wait it out. But yeah, not even 20 minutes in and there's just so much fucking noise this morning. Okay. So I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Maybe checking for the achievements, perhaps. Not sure. Not sure. Couldn't even tell you. More background noise. But you guys know what? If you do stick around and watch this, if you're still here, there are some pretty good tips that you can glean from this fight. So I'll be covering those as they pop up during the fight. There's one really good tip that I think you guys are really could really maybe use if you're having trouble in this in these types of fights in particular. These mid-boss fights where you have where it reloads to a checkpoint. You guys are having trouble with it. I think if you watch this, you'll get a pretty good tip on it. Looks like I'm using that skeletal axe. But if you're at full HP, you might as well switch to a stronger hammer. Or a stronger secondary weapon, I should say. And we leveled that possessed buckler up once, so it's pretty good. Pretty good damage on it. Yeah, you can definitely outspeed these guys and even push them back. Like you saw, almost push that one back into the lava. Only thing this weapon doesn't really do well is it doesn't interrupt the enemy very well. And of course it doesn't have healing, so I'm getting tagged as I'm doing anything. I mean, the hits do a decent amount of stun with it. Only problem with it is it doesn't have wide sweeping attacks. So yeah, if you're fighting multiple enemies, it's not super good. It's better in one-on-one situations. But that's why I like the hammers and the glaives and the axes, because you get those big old sweeps and those meaty power attacks. The dual slides do a decent amount of they cover a decent amount of area though with the sweeps. It's just that the fists cover even smaller area than the sides. So even now, like I'm doing okay with the fists, but it just, like, to me they just don't. There's a lot of reasons I don't use fists in this game. They're really good. They do a lot of damage, but they never really feel like they don't feel too intimidating. Like, it feels like whenever I use them that the enemies don't respect me as much as they do when I'm using the heavier weapons. Like, I often get swarmed whenever I use the fist because I'm essentially having to focus on one enemy at a time. I'm sure there are ways to get around that limitation. But for me, even watching this, it feels like I'm doing maybe twice the amount of work for lesser results than I had when I was using the bigger weapons. Like, it feels like I've been like fighting this part for way too long. But that might just be because probably because I suck with the fist weapon. But as you can see, it does a decent amount of damage. Alright, so we're at the bigger guys. And this is really where I don't like the fist weapon. I mean, really, it's kind of good against these guys because it's so fast. But I prefer to do it one-on-one. I prefer to use the fist weapon in one-on-one situations. And yep, I got blasted. So yeah, it took us a while to get to the point where we just died. So gonna go ahead and give it another shot. And as you can see, when you die, you don't get any progress on the fight. So there is a way to actually do that, which I'm going to explain in a bit once I use it. Alright, it looks like I'm still using that Maker's Axe, even though I switched to the Possessed Axe before. Or, not Axe, but Scythe. So, because I died before, after doing my equipment switch, it didn't save when I switched to the Possessed Scythe, which will actually be better here because I've upgraded it to have a health boost on it, and that health boost gives me like 600 plus health, or actually no, like 900 plus health. So that's very useful here. It'll help you tank a lot of attacks. But apparently I was too dumb to do another gear check. You see me here switching back, well, I've already switched back to the Skeletal Axe just to help with our survivability. But what would synergize with that Skeletal Axe is the Possessed Scythe, because I have the health boost on it. I can only say that in hindsight, because I was too tilted to, I guess, think clearly right here. I just wanted to go in and take these guys out. I was smart enough to think about survivability though, but too dumb to properly build a character. And as you can see, even with the Skeletal Axe, which does less damage overall to the enemies than even the Possessed Buckler, because we can hit multiple enemies at a time, we're having a much easier time. See, the weapon, because it's slower, it does less damage than the Possessed Buckler, but we got through that in like a fourth of the time. Alright, and that's one thing too, is that these guys don't take damage from the foundry there, like the lava. If they took damage from the lava, this would actually be fair, but they don't. The lava's only there to fuck with you. And that's one thing, like this part's kind of unreasonable, especially on the harder difficulties, but even on the lesser difficulties. Where they get sort of a pass is the fact that they've had you already fight this type of enemy before quite a few times, and they've had you fight two of them at once. But because I'm 5 levels under, this is just unreasonable. It's not undoable, I won't say that, but it is unreasonable to have multiple enemies, 2 pools of lava, and then those 2 enemies in a row, or consecutively like that. Or is it not consecutively, but simultaneously? It's a bit unreasonable, but I guess that just makes it more fun. So So there you go. You see me save, which you didn't see me do before. If you want to keep any progress going into this fight, you want to save at points where you haven't used too many of your resources, but at advantageous points. So you can use that technique to actually, like if you're low on Reaper gauge, like I currently am, you can use that technique to build Reaper gauge from consecutive defeats. So that's you can use the save. You can save in order to track your progress through deaths. So the save can be utilized to basically, if you're low on HP, you can use it to build HP. When you die, you come back full HP. You can use it to build experience. If you're low, you're trying to get a new level, and you're just stuck at a part, and there's multiple enemies you can kill and gain experience. You can farm that way, so you don't have to go all the way back and go somewhere else. You can use it to collect gear, collect gold. You just want to be smart about it. You don't want to save when you've used all your potions or something like that. But that's something I'm really going to take advantage of during this encounter, because yeah, we're going to take every advantage we can, because this fight's just kind of crazy. But don't let that make you think any less of me, because I mean, at the end of the day, we're still going to use skill and determination to beat these guys. But you know, if we got an extra little advantage, we're definitely going to use it. So this is basically the start of me doing that strategy. So that's really the big tip that I wanted to share with you guys, and you'll see me using it for the rest of the video pretty much. So yeah, if you guys were just waiting for that tip, that's pretty much it right there. And again, you want to save the advantageous parts of the fight. So 1 second. Alright, so yeah, you want to save any equipment you picked up, any levels you've gained, any Reaper energy you've gained, but you don't want to save anything like when you've used potions, because all that stuff saves whenever you save. Those statuses, they save. With this method, I actually build up quite a bit of gold. The one thing I don't think I've touched on is the fact that they move you to the center of that. When you've cleared the first phase, they automatically move you to the center. I don't like that. I think that's unnecessary. They do it so that you aren't standing under the lava once that starts to pour down. They really don't need to do that. It's unnecessary. They should just let you die right there, and if you're standing under it, you die. And so next time you come back, you know not to stand under it once you clear that first phase. But yeah, the reason I don't like it is because it eliminates any sort of strategic positioning you might have had to set up for phase 2. Like it's just actively unfair, I think. Now you can think of it as it puts you in a neutral position, but because that's really what they're doing. They're putting you in a neutral position so that you don't get hit by those streams of lava. But for me, I just feel like it's needlessly disruptive of the combat and strategies you might use to position yourself. see if we've learned anything. Alright, our last dodge wasn't too bad. Those guys are really good distractions. They're definitely doing their jobs at distracting. Alright, and looks like I decided to switch to something that hits harder. Which is a smart thing to do because we have healing. We have plenty of healing. So we want to kill these guys as quickly as possible. And this battle would be a lot more reasonable if these guys, their hitbox wasn't so ridiculous. Oh, now it's just nasty. I got caught in both attacks as well as the cascading lava. So yeah, as you for some of those hits, you saw that I was like far behind the construct, and it still hit me. So these guys have a very, very nasty hitbox. And there's two of them, and they don't attack as slow as they look. They attack pretty quickly, and they have very little drawback, very little recovery, I should say, on their plunge attack. They do it, and they do another one right after, which is pretty much unfair, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? These guys, their whole shtick is gank you, so ganker's gonna gank. Alright, that's pure chaos here, but we're using the skeletal axe, so I don't mind taking a few of their hits if we're doing good damage and getting good health back for that damage. Yeah, we're just blowing these guys all the way out. Not even close. And see, they even continue your animation while putting you in that neutral position. It's kind of silly. And it looks like I'm not taking advantage of the save feature. Maybe I didn't quite realize it here. Yeah, because I've yet to really save in the middle of a battle. Okay, I do it here. Alright, possessed. Whoa, what was that? What took me to, huh. I'm trying to figure out what took me from, a max of, 1800 HP to 2700 HP. Thought it was the scythe, but I don't know. I'll let you guys figure that one out. Oh, I'm looking at experience. That's okay. I was getting things confused. Okay, so the possessed scythe gives us 1800 HP over the everything else, which would take us down to 1400. So that's a total of 400 extra HP that I get just for equipping this weapon. Lose out on a little bit of damage, but the scythes aren't huge damage dealers at this point anyway. At least mine aren't. They do okay though. not save. So yeah, definitely always save when you can. And I should have saved after picking those up too. Because when you don't save after picking something up, it doesn't save. So this, because I don't think I'm gonna save since I just used the potion. So those items I just picked up are gonna not exist once the game loads. Unless I don't die here. Try not to spoil you guys. Well, I've already spoiled it. You guys know the episode lasts. The fight lasts for the entirety of the episode. So of course I'm not gonna win right here. It's one of the joys of post-commentary. I already know the outcome of things. Not particularly good showing here. I'm getting hit with basically everything they're throwing at me. Except that, dodge that. Oh, I think this is the death. I die like really hard. I think this is that one. Yep. Well, that's one of the two deaths where I die really hard. I think the other one's like right after. But yeah, please let me know if you guys like watch me get wrecked here. Let me know in the comments, because it'll actually let me know the type of editing style that you guys would prefer. If you guys would prefer to watch me just get wrecked for like a long period of time, like an episode of me just trying, or if you guys would like me to cut it out and skip. I think this is okay, as long as I can maybe teach you guys some stuff as I'm going, teach you guys through my failures. I think that's okay content. But maybe to watch me just fail over and over again, maybe not the best content without context. Alright, so we gotta change our equipment back, which I again did not do. Opening that equipment menu, but I'm not doing anything productive with it for whatever reason. Okay, and if you guys couldn't already tell, I'll just kind of like clue you guys in on some of the stuff I'm doing here. I'm using the pistol so often in order to build up my wrath gauge, because the pistol is probably the best way to build your wrath gauge, unless you have a weapon that has a pretty good wrath leech ability or wrath on critical ability. The pistol is a very solid way to build your wrath gauge. In about 14 shots with it, you'll be able to get I think half your wrath gauge back, or a little bit over half. And of course I'm keeping distance. And I'm going in and using the big weapon to stun the enemies and to push them back and to do big damage to them. And the main combo I'm doing is Scythe. So for the PlayStation 4, that's going to be square, triangle. So it's Scythe, hammer, really good. I think I actually switched into that combo starting with this fight, maybe a couple minutes back. So square, triangle is faster than square, triangle. But I think there's even one better than that. I think square, triangle is even better than square, triangle. Like this one's really good, but there is I think another one, square, triangle, which is better. Alright, so yeah, I'm basically using the pistol a lot to generate more wrath. I'm using the wrath to use my summons, which the summons actually, by themselves, they provide a distraction for you. But the summons also have an ability along the tree, which increases the range of the aggro. So they'll give you guaranteed aggro for a bigger range. And so I'm basically relying on them to do damage, and I also have the explode ability on them, so they do damage when they die. So that's my whole strategy, is to do big damage with my my hammer, or to health leech with the axe, and to basically summon, to use those summons to basically keep my opponent occupied. So the reason it doesn't work quite as well against these two constructs is because they destroy the summons in one blow. And if you guys actually, you guys might have caught the 187 in this episode. It's one of those 4 numbers that pop up in basically every game I play. Numbers 444, 187, 327, and 666. So 187, of course, right here. It's gonna be on one of these skills. And 187 did pop up a few episodes back, I believe, too. And it actually popped up quite a few times when I was playing Darksiders 3. So you guys might see it once I record that. Yep, but that's my strategy, and it doesn't work against these guys because they blow up the zombies very quickly. And it takes time to actually summon the zombies, so that gets me killed a lot too. It's a pretty good dodge right there. Those guys love attacking like back to back like that. That's a pretty good dodge too. Yeah, I think this is where I get super wrecked right here coming up. Yep. Stuck on a wall, can't do anything. Oh, I didn't die right there. I think this is the second time I get super wrecked. Yeah, those skeletons, they really do their job though. If only they were able to stay alive for a little bit longer. Which is probably my fault, because I don't think I gave them as much health as they could have had. I don't think I maxed out the health tree. And you see that, like, his attack in front of him hit behind him. And I was quite a ways behind him and it still hit him. And I almost got one of them killed. One of them's almost down all the way. Oh, we got one of them down. Look at that. Bad, we only got one to go. Oh, he almost killed me though. And I fucked that up. And there was a possessed weapon over there too. Possessed scythe. I really could have used that. So yeah, I fucked that up by using the zoom right in his face. When really, I should have just kept hitting him. That was just a panic move. I thought I was doing the right thing by using a ranged attack. But nah. If I had the teleport slash, that would have actually been kind of better. But the teleport slash, of course, can be hit. You can be hit while you're doing it, so that's kind of dangerous too. I just should have kept fighting them, because I would have had a victory and I would have had a possessed scythe, which I really need at this point. Kinda like a fool, I used my Reaper up and saved it. So that's something you don't want to do. You want to save that Reaper form so that you can always bank on it, like if you get low on health. But it's cool, we got the Grim Talisman equipped, and Reaper energy is building pretty fast. And it's here where I should probably change over to the Master of Karkanos. Or which one am I using? The Gorwood's Maw. I should switch over to that. Oh man. Really messed those guys up right there. I love when they're all gathered like that. You're just busting them up. I gotta say, these corrupted constructs are very fun to fight. Like, it's just fun. They're very satisfying to hit. Like, especially when you got a big weapon. Like the way they blow up and bust apart. The sound effects, the crunchiness. It's fucking great. Even their fight style is pretty interesting, because they have Ike frames, but their Ike frames are, you see me saving it here. They're, I call them Ike frames, but I should call them by their popular name. What are those things called? What are they called in fighting games? Hyper armor, yeah. So, and I think this is the death where I like super die. Yeah, but those smaller constructs, their hyper armor attacks they have huge tails on them, so it makes it very fair and very like a lot easier to fight than it should be, but still a lot of fun. Yeah, I think this is where I super die. Bam, bam. That wasn't even super death right there. That was a pretty bad death though. They comboed me. I got womboed. Alright, and we're using that save function, and we got half our Reaper gauge already. And I've yet to use my skill point. So what am I going to put it in? We haven't even gotten the distraction one yet. The distraction ability. Whoa, Death's head went missing there. Death's head's missing. There it is. funny how just being near these enemies causes corruption, grow, and death. That's one of those minor touches that I never really noticed before. Pretty cool. Shows you a lot of work went into this game, because those are definitely minor enemies, and the way that they affect your character is pretty, you know, it has no lasting consequences, but it's cool that they went that far to animate how corruption works. Like it spreads so easily. It's like an infection, basically. And it's interesting how corruption can turn you into a kind of a drone in a way. Because these guys they're adamant, right? But they're, or I should say they're animated, but they don't really have a soul of their own. But even though they're partially animated, the corruption can take them over and cause them to target death, or target anybody really. Like the fact that it has that control over people is it's pretty scary when you think about it. You combine that with how quickly it spreads and how easily it can take over a whole planet, basically. Being invaded by that thing is scary as hell. Some pretty good dodging. Now, if their hitboxes weren't so crazy, the best strategy would be to summon the exhumes, and then while they're distracted with the exhumed zombies, to go in and piece them up from behind. But their freaking attacks, even their attacks that hit in the front, they hit very far behind them too. So it isn't really an optimal strategy. You just gotta attack and dodge. That's really it. And hope that their hitbox isn't so big that it overtakes you. And that right there is super death. That's the worst death, I think. Yeah, I couldn't see shit right there, and they just pretty much blitzed me in that corner. Okay. So you guys see me get my ass kicked enough. Let's see if I can do something to actually beat this. Because we've been here for nearly an hour just fighting these guys and preparing to fight these guys. But we've learned a lot fighting them, and we've almost beat them already. So maybe we can take all we've learned, apply it here, and maybe we can do something. I'm hoping. Because I don't think even you guys could watch me get my ass kicked for another hour. So let's see if I can do something about this. Alright, we're still using our fundamentals. So keeping our space, using our wrath powers, building wrath with the gun, and using proper spacing. Dashing out whenever we get surrounded, gathering all the enemies in one place, attacking them with wide sweeping attacks, and we're using our survivability items such as our axe to keep our health optimized, topped off. And we got a potion there. It's a huge change of fortune. Alright, we're gonna save it. Full Reaper gauge. Got an extra potion over there. We got full HP. I don't think we've ever been in such an advantageous position as we are now. Alright. Just gotta pick it up. Why not? Alright. Yeah, we just heard our zombies explode, so that's when you know you gotta start moving once those zombies explode. Because we did have a long, extended one-on-one fight till those zombies exploded. And they do a very good job of keeping enemies off of you. So yeah, we're even more fortunate. We got a whole potion there, second potion. All right, so now we can use this time, since we only got one enemy here, we can use them to get our wrath up by shooting at them. There we go. So we use that while we could, and we're gonna save it while we can. Build up some EXP, and we are at full advantage here. So the only thing we can do, we pretty much have everything to lose here, because we have such an advantage here. Only way we can really lose is if we get careless and let them like both just blow me up at the same time. Because we got so much HP, we have the Reaper to fall back on. So losing here would just be the worst. So what I did there is I got the part of the Exhume skill tree that extends the range and effect of the aggro, of the zombies aggro. So they should do a better job of distracting the enemies, but enemies are still ridiculous, and they almost blew me up right there with one attack. I went ahead and went full Reaper. Probably not very wise to do it right there. They did seem kind of close to blowing me up, so just went ahead and popped that. And they're really like sticking on me. All right, don't get it twisted. I can still get blown up here. Right now we're in the same territory we're always at, but it looks like we did enough damage to kill one of them. We got one of them down significantly. So at this point, the only thing that could really screw me up is if I get hit with the full plunge attack. And we got it. We did it. So in that round, everything just went right for us. We did play very good, but we did get 2 extra potions there, and everything else was all on us. So we did good there. So definitely appreciate you guys for watching all that. We're coming to a close on this episode, and next episode we'll actually go ahead and finish out this dungeon and move on to bigger and better things. So appreciate you guys. Take care. Have a great day. Peace.